Hey, it's me Hrishikesh Kannan, popularly known as Hrishi K. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon now to get the latest videos and get taken into a world of entertainment, culture, sport, business and current affairs.
So since it's the first time you're playing a radio jockey and a TV news anchor, I'm going to do a rapid fire of firsts in your life. Yeah, no badmashi,
Okay.
just straightforward.
Okay.
First movie in a theatre.
First movie in a theatre. So what I remember is I think Kaho Na Pyar Hai. So that was the first movie in theatre. Yeah.
First CD or cassette that you bought with your own pocket money.
I think it was Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Bansali Saab.
Bansali sir. Yeah.
First celebrity look you copied. Now everybody's copying the Kartik Aaryan look, but the one you copied.
I think I did बाजीगर and डर के शाहरुख सर के looks थोड़े बहुत कॉपी किए थे. उस तरीके से बात करना, उस तरीके से मैं उतना अच्छा नहीं करता, but हाँ.
Your first celebrity crush.
करीना कपूर.
Nice. Amount of your first paycheck and what did you do with it?
So that was 1,500 for a channel promo that I had done before the films, during my struggling period only, and so it was वो TDS काट के पूरा आया था उस time भी, so 1,500 का, and उसको मैंने मतलब घर पे रखा है laminate करा के.
Nice, yaar.
Yeah.
And your mom and sister must be so happy seeing that. It must be lovely.
So they didn't know about it before because I never told them that I would be acting. I wanted to be an actor. They thought मैं यहाँ पे biotech करने आया हूँ, B.Tech करूँगा, engineer बनूँगा, and so that was their whole idea. But I was giving auditions and I was shooting for एक आध दो ads बीच में मिल गए थे जो चुपचाप जो शायद कहीं दिखे भी नहीं उनको. So I never told them. When I got my first movie, then I told them कि ये मेरा पहला check था, ये मैंने laminate करा के रखा है, ये है.
You're too sweet.
So yeah.
So you've been coming to my studios, doing interviews
Yes,
from Pyar Ka Panchnama.
For my first film.
You know, from before the first film, from Akashvani, all those films. So you know my style.
Panchnama 2. Yeah.
So let's say Kartik Aaryan is not on Bharosa 24/7. Kartik Aaryan is on Radio 1. And he's got Hrishi K in front of him. You don't have to do a whole show, just a 1 minute piece.
Correct. 1 minute piece.
Or 30-second piece.
सर आपकी वॉइस इतनी कामिंग है ना, मैंने वो नोटिस किया
sweet.
कि इट्स वेरी कामिंग. अब वो मेरी वॉइस अगर वैसी हो जाए तो अलग बात है. आई विल ट्राई टू से दिस इन मिक्स्ड विद अर्जुन पाठक, आई थिंक, क्योंकि अर्जुन पाठक वो ऐसा है कि मैं हूँ अर्जुन पाठक जो भी ऑफ दैट जोन, बट यू आर वेरी कामिंग एंड सूदिंग. सो जब भी ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ सूदिंग और वो कामिंग सुनना है तो आपके चैनल पे एकदम आपकी आवाज़ सुन लो, पूरी थकान चली जाती है. यू फील पीसफुल. सो मैं थोड़ा सा आपके जैसा कर लेता हूँ कि दिस इज ऋषि के एंड यू आर लिसनिंग टू मी. प्लीज़ जो भी कहूँगा सच कहूँगा, सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा. आप सुन रहे हैं भरोसा 24/7. It's in that tonality.
Kartik, my brother, so wonderful to see you here.
Thank you so much.
You know why I'm so happy is radio jockey and TV anchor represent.
Both the worlds.
Yeah, man. And you must have been watching all these years how some of us are very calm, how some of us are very wired.
Yeah.
Some of us like black coffee. So, like they say in Hindustani, the Mishran. How much have you taken from all these radio jockeys from Pyar Ka Panchnama, those days to now, and put into these parts?
I have to tell you, sir, that this has really helped me. All these interviews, all these years, they really gave me that insight to play a radio jockey on screen, plus a reporter, an anchor over there. So so there's a lot of prep which went in, of course, but before that also subconsciously एक prep चालू थी, which I didn't know कि आज एक utilize हो जाएगी इस film में. And I'm so glad that we did so many interviews together and they all came into this, they became a part of a prep. And for Arjun Pathak to be what you saw on screen, and I mean what you're gonna see. This is after the screening this interview or before, depending on that. I've given both the statements. So, but sir, I think it's been wonderful to play an RJ and a reporter, but it has given me that understanding कि ये काम बड़ा मुश्किल है, बहुत मुश्किल है, and immense respect एक दिए, स्पेशली आई थिंक रिपोर्टर्स के लिए जो 24/7 न्यूज़ दे रहे होते हैं, और आई don't know how they make a balance between their personal and professional life, because it takes a toll when you are a reporter. So yeah, but I really enjoyed.
You've done a fabulous job.
Thank you, sir.
So since it's the first time you're playing a radio jockey and a TV news anchor, I'm going to do a rapid fire of firsts in your life. Yeah, no badmashi,
Okay.
is straightforward.
Okay.
First movie in a theatre.
First movie in a theatre. So what I remember is, I think, Kaho Na Pyar Hai. So that was the first movie in theatre. Yeah.
First CD or cassette that you bought with your own pocket money.
I think it was Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Bansali Saab.
Bansali sir. Yeah.
First celebrity look you copied. Now everybody's copying the Kartik Aaryan look, but the one you copied.
I think I did Bazigar and Dar के शाहरुख सर के looks थोड़े बहुत copy किए थे. उस तरीके से बात करना, उस तरीके से मैं उतना अच्छा नहीं करता, but हाँ.
Your first celebrity crush.
करीना कपूर.
Nice. Amount of your first paycheck and what did you do with it?
So that was 1,500 for a channel promo that I had done before the films, during my struggling period only, and so it was वो TDS काट के पूरा आया था उस time भी, so 1,500 का, and उसको मैंने मतलब घर पे रखा है laminate करा के.
Nice, yaar.
Yeah.
And your mom and sister must be so happy seeing that. It must be lovely.
So they didn't know about it before, because I never told them that I would be acting. I wanted to be an actor. They thought मैं यहाँ पे biotech करने आया हूँ, B.Tech करूँगा, engineer बनूँगा, and so that was their whole idea. But I was giving auditions and I was shooting for एक आध दो एड्स बीच में मिल गए थे जो चुपचाप, जो शायद कहीं दिखे भी नहीं उनको. सो आई नेवर टोल्ड देम. व्हेन आई गॉट माय फर्स्ट मूवी, देन आई टोल्ड देम कि ये मेरा पहला चेक था, ये मैंने लैमिनेट करा के रखा है, ये है.
You're too sweet.
So yeah.
So you've been coming to my studios, doing interviews
Yes, sir.
from Pyar Ka Panchnama.
For my first film.
You know, from before the first film, from Akashvani, all those films. So you know my style.
Panchnama 2. Yeah.
So let's say Kartik Aaryan is not on Bharosa 24/7. Kartik Aaryan is on Radio 1. And he's got Hrishi K in front of him. You don't have to do a whole show, just a 1 minute piece.
Correct. 1 minute piece.
Or 30-second piece.
सर आपकी वॉइस इतनी कामिंग है ना, मैंने वो नोटिस किया
sweet.
कि इट्स वेरी कामिंग. अब वो मेरी वॉइस अगर वैसी हो जाए तो अलग बात है. आई विल ट्राई टू से दिस इन मिक्स्ड विद अर्जुन पाठक, आई थिंक, क्योंकि अर्जुन पाठक वो ऐसा है कि मैं हूँ अर्जुन पाठक जो भी ऑफ दैट जोन, बट यू आर वेरी कामिंग एंड सूदिंग. सो जब भी ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ सूदिंग और वो कामिंग सुनना है, तो आपके चैनल पे एकदम आपकी आवाज़ सुन लो, पूरी थकान चली जाती है. यू फील पीसफुल. सो मैं थोड़ा सा आपके जैसा कर लेता हूँ कि दिस इज ऋषि के एंड यू आर लिसनिंग टू मी. प्लीज़ जो भी कहूँगा सच कहूँगा, सच के सिवा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा. आप सुन रहे हैं भरोसा 24/7. It's in that tonality.
Nice.
So yeah.
Kartik, you're working with people like Ram Madhvani, Shashank Ghosh. Their sensibilities are so different. I mean,
Yeah.
Ram made so many ad films before Neerja. Shashank pretty much set up Channel V in this country. It's a very big contrast to guys like Rav Ranjan, who you started your career with. Matching wavelengths, that must be so exciting.
It is exciting. It is exactly. मैं वही सोच रहा था where this question is going. I was just gonna say it is all the more exciting. I've started enjoying it a lot because all my directors, they're fabulous filmmakers, and it's great to learn so much from them in their own ways. and I've learned a lot from them, and I've taken or borrowed so many things from each one of them, and I'm trying to grasp it. And I've been saying this. I'm like a kid in a candy store, and I'm getting this also, this also. यहाँ से ये ले लूँ, यहाँ से ये ले लूँ. So I'll speak about Ram Madhvani sir specifically, because Dhamaka, in its own way, is a unique way of filmmaking. There were 10 cameras at once rolling on me. We shot for like 10 days in total. The total number of days, उसमें पूरी film खत्म की है, by the way. And जब ये roll होता था, everything in that space where I am works. Wow. The telephone works, the PCR room works, if I'm interacting with a different reporter on screen, that is getting recorded live, and the cues are live on TV, and we are interacting live. So I'm in person interacting with a person who's being recorded over there on TV. So it's so real, the whole space. So Ram sir works under this system which is called a 360-degree system. So the actor wouldn't know like where the camera is. I'm working over there. He doesn't say action. He just comes to you. You sit in your position, rehearse your lines, everything. He'll just say, whenever you're ready, Kartik, start the scene. And he just goes away. And then whenever I'm ready, even if I take 5 minutes, 10 minutes or 5 seconds, I can start whenever I want to. And the take goes on for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So we used to do long shots, which were really, really long. If we had to take a retake, which I don't even remember if we took any retakes, because इस फिल्म में retakes सबसे कम है. एक retake लेने का मतलब है 20 मिनट का एक take check करना. Wow. और उसके बाद वापस वो चीज़ करना. So it was like a play. It was like a theatre, which we would all. I think for me it was for the first time I was doing this, and it was such an amazing experience to just to do this. I felt so good about myself also that I was able to do this. And one thing about him is that he lets you be. He lets you do your things. You can improvise. You can play with lines somewhere or the other. And but he keeps that thing that tone ये रखना. ये important line है. इसका सुर नहीं बदले. And keep it intact. उसके अलावा थोड़ा बहुत जो भी ऊपर नीचे है तो आप कर सकते हो. So I enjoyed this whole setup, this scenario where shooting was like real things happening. When the blast happens, there was a sound effect which came
Wow.
for me to react to it. कि वो So there is a reaction sound, and to which I could react. There is some vibrations in the table or something which I'll feel कि something's happening. So it was that kind of prep.
And you're terrific. You're terrific as Arjun Pathak.
Thank you, sir.
I believe Bomzi's son, Bamarirari's son, Kayo's...
Kayo.
Kayo who's himself a director, was an associate on this film. So did you vibe with him on the set? Talk to me about that.
I love him. He's a wonderful guy
Lovely
to be.
guy.
Yeah, lovely guy. And in fact, he was also doing the second unit direction over there, and he's been associated with Ram Madhvani sir for the longest time. So I really like his sensibilities and the way he was. Apart from Ram sir, there was Shraddha and Kayo. They were the people I used to go to. They were my go-to people. So so I think I really enjoyed working with Kayo also being on that set. There was this vibe. He, in fact, directed a few stuff of the film where like a song, like an asset of the promotional stuff, which I'm really proud of, and I'm really happy that there was a Kayo who was there to handle stuff, and which was really important. He really handled the post-production of the film. Which looks, the slick, the sense of the film which is over there. I think it's because of the collaboration between Kayo and Ram sir. Of course, Ram sir was overviewing the whole thing. So, but still, I was really happy that एक वो कायो भी वहाँ पे है. So and also he's young, तो वो मेरे साथ उसका vibe थोड़ा और wavelength भी कई चीज़ें मैं उसको बोल पाता हूँ कई बार, and राम सर को थोड़ा इज्जत में वैसे रहता हूँ. So yeah, it happened to
He's
be
a
that I was
lovely,
really
he's like a
happy.
teddy bear.
Yeah, he's like a teddy bear. You wanna hug him. Yeah, yeah.
I love the opening sequence. Also because it's on Prateek Kuhad, the Kasoor. I'm such a massive fan. I saw him live, in Pune. He's just unbelievable.
He's outstanding.
And Mrunal, are you in these videos? They're almost like home videos shot on the phone. And that's actually the only light part of the film because after that it goes into a lot of tension.
Right.
Were you a Prateek Kuhad fan? And how much did you enjoy shooting it almost like a music video?
I was after Ram sir to take this song.
Oh,
After his life.
Wow.
Please take Kasoor in this song because it gives that change, I think. Somehow there's the change that you're speaking of, that it gives that lightness, but suddenly the film changes from there to where it goes. So, I have been a Prateek Kuhad fan for longest time, and I keep hearing his songs, and I just, again, it's very calming, it's very peaceful, the way he sings, the way his voice sounds. So I really thought that Kasoor, and even Ram sir for that matter, loved that song. So both of us were on the same page that let's start this film. He decided to start the film with a song, and we'll shoot it in a very home video kind of a space, which the idea came from him, and he told me कि ऐसे करेंगे, and I was like, this is too cool. This is again something which is very real and today's. So the way it was shot and it went very well with the kind of lyrics that the song has, and the lightness that was needed at the start, but suddenly it flips. So that was the beauty of it.
Lovely. Now, the news business, how a lot of anchors are behaving like actors with drama. We're not going to take names, obviously.
Yep.
But there are still some true reporters like Mrunal's characters in the
100%.
film. How much of the news do you and the family, your mom, sister, you, all get together and watch? What are your feelings about this Sansani stuff that's happening, Kartik?
I mean, genuinely, I really have those. I'll tell you one thing कि मुझे इस फिल्म में जो हमारी जो धमाका है, it's about this ambitious guy who has so many ambitions, and he wants to achieve everything. Maybe take shortcuts for it, or maybe not. Those are the options that you get in life, not just for Arjun Pathak, but for us, for you, for me. Moral compass आपका कितना है वो आपको decide करना होता है. So I relate to people when I could see कि अच्छा हाँ इसका थोड़ा सा moral compass हिला हुआ है या इसका थोड़ा सा नहीं है, वो दिख जाता है. So I mean, it should not happen if it's happening, but maybe there's a reason to it.
The VFX, especially of the ceiling going up in flames and breaking, is spectacular. I mean, great job by Red Chillies, Future Works.
Superb.
Now, I'm sure that Bhool Bhulaiya 2 will have a lot of VFXs, but your films so far, Kartik, have been very content and story and concept driven. It must be so cool to be in a film like this. The thrills are obviously more.
It was so cool. It was like a dream come true. I mean, from the prep to the... So during the prep, I had these conversations with a few RJs as well, which the team had only decided that we'll do some Zoom calls with them so that we can do studio visits in the Zoom call because the pandemic was going on. And same went with the TV reporters. I had so many conversations with a lot of TV reporters during the study of the film. So just to get the insight more and more about this world. Apart from this world, the VFX part of it, the biggest thought that acha ceiling will get, there will be a blast on the ceiling, और वो अपने आप में एक visual है जो you would be like, अरे ये कैसे possible होगा, ये shoot कैसे होगा? Like first thing यही आती है दिमाग में. Really involved in it. Sorry if I'm forgetting the names, but they were all the post VFX teams, but they did a wonderful job with it.
Amazing ensemble cast. Vikas Kumar, who plays the anti-terrorist
He's
agent.
my acting coach in the
He's
film.
an acting teacher.
Yeah.
He does workshops.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, with his company, Strictly Speaking. Have you workshopped with him and his team before, Kartik? And then I'm going to come to Amruta, Subhash. You both are sharks in the film, the characters. I love the scenes. It's almost like a Kaate Ka Takkar, you know?
Yeah.
Intense, quick scenes. So
Yeah.
talk about Vikas, talk about Amruta.
Vikas, for the first time, he has been working as an actor. He's a great actor. I saw his work in Aarya for the first time.
Ram's Aarya, yeah.
हाँ, so Mr. Khan. So तो वो जो उनका कैरेक्टर था वो मेरे दिमाग में एकदम अटक गया था. And जब मैंने आर्या देखी थी, and I think when Dhamaka was happening, and sir ऐसी casually asked me कि ये किसके साथ ये कैरेक्टर किसमें. I said आपके वो जो एक्टर हैं वो मैं उनका बहुत बड़ा फ़ैन हो गया था. वो खान साहब जो हैं उनको प्लीज़ उनको लीजिए अगर ये पॉसिबल हो, अगर वो हाँ करते हैं तो. So and Ram sir of course had him in mind. So ये बहुत हुआ है कि Ram sir and I have been in मतलब बिल्कुल वही thought process, एक ही similar thought
like
process.
Kasur and Prateek Kuhad.
Yeah,
Like this,
it just was. And I'm not kidding. It was just like that. I used to think, or maybe he used to think, and I used to be on the same page, and we were thinking alike. And it happened so that maybe because we've been wanting to collaborate for 2-3 years now before this, so I think we started thinking alike about things also. And I'm really glad that this happened. And विकास सर जिन्होंने मुझे उन्होंने वो रोल तो किया है प्रवीण कामत का धमाका में, लेकिन उसके अलावा उन्होंने एक्टिंग वर्कशॉप्स मेरी जितनी थी सारी उन्होंने ली. इनफैक्ट सब एक्टर्स की वर्कशॉप्स दे वर डन बाय विकास सर. ही इज़ वंडरफुल. आई मीन ऑल माई वर्कशॉप्स वर डन बाय हिम. All my rehearsal, we were not allowed to rehearse with other actors.
Wow.
We were not allowed to meet any actors. I only met Amruta, Subhash in the hotel when we were shooting. I mean on the set, not even in the hotel. पहली बार जब वो आती है entry, that's the first time I met her. जो फिल्म में entry होती है. So that is how Ram sir works. He doesn't, अगर आप नहीं मिले हो तो वो better है उनके लिए. He doesn't want you to gauge his or her reactions before.
Interesting.
So which is very interesting. So Vikas sir and I were the only one जिनका interaction हो रहा था, because he was my acting coach. So he was allowed to interact with me, but he was the only one जो actor भी थे वहाँ पे, और मेरा rehearsal acting का चल रहा था, लेकिन वो मेरे scenes की rehearsals हो रही थी. So but I enjoyed. He's a wonderful teacher and an actor himself. When he comes on screen कुछ ना कुछ करते हैं जो इतना इंटरेस्टिंग लगता है. छोटी छोटी चीज़ें, न्यूएंसेस जो लाते हैं कैरेक्टर में, एक पावर आता है उनके आने से. So I enjoyed working with him and learning from him a lot. Now the other part is Amruta Subhash. She is a bundle of talent. I mean, what a joy it was to just work with her. And I think lines to theek hai, but the kind of improvisations that were happening, because she was behind that glass and I was in this room, and we were talking through that. We were speaking through our eyes again and again. And वो कई चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जो लिखी नहीं जाती लेकिन वो होती रहती हैं. So to keep that great balance between not overdoing it, being there, I mean it's an art and she has that. वो मतलब मैं कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहा हूँ यहाँ पे, मैं अपना कर रहा हूँ, तो वो मुझे घूरे जा रही है वहाँ से, which is not written in the script, but वो घूर रही है उससे कि ये कुछ खुराफाती चीज़ कर रहा है जो मुझे नहीं पसंद है. So why is he doing that? And she keeps staring at you. This is one of the instance I'm telling you. And मैं भी वो बढ़ाता रहता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि वो मुझे घूर रही है. So it's something which I really enjoyed, कि सामने वाला actor इतना कुछ दे रहा है. So you also feel motivated to give so much to it. So the scenes automatically they work. And there was this scene which we were just speaking about yesterday. There's this scene where I think Mrunal is there Soumya is there on the bridge. There is Amruta Subhash over there behind in the PCR. There is Vikas Kumar who enters in the scene. I am meanwhile speaking to Raghubir on phone, and there is a negotiation happening with all the 5 characters, and there is something happening with the politician as well. एंड अमृता सुभाष का अलग एक एंगल चल रहा है, प्रवीण कामत का अलग एंगल चल रहा है, मैं इसको झूठ बोल रहा हूँ हाँ या ना, यहाँ पे इसकी वाइफ फंसी हुई है वहाँ पे, उसको बचाना है कि नहीं बचाना है, अभी भी वो मॉरल कंपास चल रहा है. तो आई थिंक वो जो सीन्स थे ऐसे एक्टर्स के साथ परफॉर्म करना, it was like a dream come true.
Last couple of questions before we wrap. It's based on a Korean film. Did Ram ask you to watch the original, or you just decided not to watch it?
I went with the script.
Beautiful.
Completely
Had
with
to
the
be a
script.
fresh interpretation.
Yeah, fully. So what you see is the fresh interpretation, and also I think the kind of layering and the kind of detailing that I think Ram sir has also gone. I'm not saying कि वो surpass किया है या कुछ, but he has given some detailing more than the adaptation, I think, but the original, I think.
Last question. I saw these lovely pictures of you with Buddhist monks. Where was that?
That was in Himachal, sir.
You went out for a holiday, or were you shooting there?
No, I went on for a holiday.
Beautiful. How calming was that? The picture was calming. Yeah?
I was so happy. मैं वो around monks and I mean we went. I just went for a trip. It was long due. I had not taken a break, and I was just shooting again and again. So before starting Shehzada, there's this movie I'm shooting for now.
Rohit. Yeah.
Rohit Dhawan's film. So before that, I really wanted a break and just to be out there. So I went to Himachal, Dharamshala, Dharamkot, and all those places, and met a lot of people over there, and it was just calming. It was just a different world altogether. So, yeah.
Love you, brother.
Thank you so much, sir.
Keep rocking, keep knocking it out of the park.
Thank you.
So proud of you.
Thank
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.